Case? It's been around 15 minutes now since you told me you'd be going to the bathroom. Are you all right? The bus will be here in another 5 minutes or so. If you're not feeling all too well right now, we can cancel this honeymoon and go another time.
I'm out of the bathroom right now. I'll be back to you in just a second.
Case? Hey, the moment I got onto the bus, you told me you had to go back to the bathroom again. Are you sure you're all right? The toilet on this bus is pretty small, so I'm sure it's not comfortable for you in there, right? Did you eat something bad yesterday, or that's got you feeling so poorly? Do you want to go and see a doctor about it?
I'm alright, okay? It's not all that bad, actually. I should be out of here and coming back to my seat here soon, so don't worry.
Are you sure? If it's getting really bad for you, we can go to a local clinic and have them see if you need any medication.
Alright. Sorry for getting you all worked up over me.
I'm sorry for constantly checking up on you.
What?
That toilet you were just in was the one on the left side of the bus, right?
What? Why do you ask?
The person in front of me is saying that there were some strange noises coming from that toilet when they walked back there. As though there was a guy and a girl in there.
What? What are they talking about? And that's not for me. I was going to go into that toilet, but it was locked, and so I went to the toilet on the right side of the bus instead. I know for a fact that I'm not in that toilet right now. So you don't have to be worried about those noises coming from me.
I see. Well, as long as everything's all right back there.
Wow, I can't believe that the toilet on the left side of the bus has noises like that coming from it right now. I'm surprised I can't hear anything right now. I'm coming back to my seat right now, by the way.
All right. Aunt May, do you have a second to talk with me? What? Is that you, Sarah? What's going on? We are supposed to be meeting in the hotel's lobby tonight, right? Is it really all right for you to be texting me now when we can meet later today? You are on your honeymoon right now, so I think it's best you enjoy this time with your husband. Well, about my husband. He isn't feeling all too well right now. What? Oh, no way. He's told me that he has some medicine he can take to help ease some of his stomach pain and that he'll just sleep for the rest of the day in the hotel room. But all of that is a lie. What do you mean? He was already telling me about how it would be better to just send him home and enjoy this trip by myself, considering it's a waste of money being at this hotel with him being in such a bad state. But then why did he come all the way out here in the first place when he was feeling bad before we left? And why is he sending me out of the hotel room when I can just relax in there with him while he sleeps? Well, I know why. Just 10 minutes ago, I saw him walking my little sister into the room. And as I walked up to listen through the door, I could hear the both of them moaning. What? You're talking about June then, right? I always heard stories about how much she's loved to sleep around, but I never thought she'd get to your own husband like that. And during your honeymoon of all times. That's what I'm saying. The only reason I was able to see him walking my sister in there in the first place is because I forgot my sun hat, and so I came back to grab it. Perhaps that could be considered a stroke of luck, having my timing match theirs. Or maybe it's bad luck. I opened the door just a little to make sure the person I really saw was June, and they were too busy getting it on in the bed to notice me peering through the crack in the door. This is too crazy. Now that I'm thinking about it more, I think that June snuck onto that bus with Case and I as well. The whole way out here, things were so strange, and I was starting to really think Case was up to something. I don't even want to know what was going on in the bus. Are you going to be all right, Sarah? Well, let's just see what I can do about this. I have some time on my hands right now, so how about we meet up early and talk about what to do next? Are you all right with that? You wouldn't want to be all alone after witnessing something as insane as that, right? I'm sure there are plenty of things I can help with as well. So please, let me come see you and we can talk all this through in more detail and make a plan. Thank you, Aunt May. Where are you right now? I'm just walking back and forth outside the hotel, trying to keep my mind off what I just saw. Then I'm going to start heading back there right now. Can you meet me over by the tennis courts on the east side of the resort? It'll take me around 30 minutes to get back there, so you can take your time walking to that area. Is that all right? Yeah. While you're on your way back, I'll get some things taken care of that need to be dealt with. What things are you talking about? I just want to talk with some other people that need to know what I've seen is all. Ah, I see. I'll see you in a little over 30 minutes then. See you soon. Case, how's your stomach feeling right now?
Right. It is still causing me a little trouble and churning quite a bit, but I think I'm past the point where it was going to hurt the most. I'm sure the medicine is helping break things up in there a lot, as I haven't had to go to the bathroom as much anymore.
I see.
What have you been up to? Around this time, we were supposed to be going to the gardens or something like that, right?
I'm out with Aunt May and doing a couple of things.
Ah, she came along on this trip as well, right? I forgot that they had been wanting to come to a place like this as well, and made the choice to come during our honeymoon. Well, I'm glad you have had someone to spend the day with.
That's right.
By the way, we were supposed to be meeting with her tonight in the hotel lobby, right? Why don't the two of you just go out to eat dinner without coming back here for me?
What are you going to do then, Case?
I'll order something small with room service. I'm honestly not too hungry right now. So maybe just a small bowl of ice cream, and then I'm going back to sleep. I feel as though another good round of sleep will fix the stomach ache up for me. So if you just go out and have dinner with Aunt May, then that would give me the rest of the evening to relax.
I see. Then once I've had dinner with Aunt May, I'm heading all the way back home by myself.
What?
Well, if you're going to keep it up with that behavior, there's no real need to call all of this our honeymoon, right? I don't really want to be going around by myself seeing all the sights when it was supposed to be about you and I. So I'll head back to the house and relax by myself there.
Wait, I'm sure that by tomorrow I'll be feeling a whole lot better again.
Nope, I'm going home. There's no point in calling this a honeymoon trip anymore, now is there?
Huh? What are you trying to get at there, Sarah?
I'm going to go back out with Aunt May, have some dinner with her, and then head home.
Hey, listen to me. You're just going to head home by yourself and abandon your new husband out here when he's feeling sick? That's pretty messed up of you to just leave your sick husband here in a place he knows nothing about. To go home by yourself.
I'm sure it's not me who's the messed up one here.
What the heck is all of this about? You're a freaking jerk for canceling this honeymoon without asking me first, and then leaving me here when I have a stomachache. Hey!
Oh, it's you again, Case?
Don't tell me that you're actually heading home soon.
Well, I am. There were some seats left on the last bus leaving here today, so that's what I'll be riding on.
Huh?
I'm on my way to the bus terminal right now, with Aunt May, of course.
Huh?
You go ahead and do whatever you please there at the resort.
What are you talking about? This is supposed to be yours and my honeymoon. Why would you leave right in the middle of it when I'm just getting back to my normal self and want to have fun with you? Why are you just leaving me here without a care in the world?
Do I really have to give you the reason for why this is?
You want to go home because I became a little sick for a day or two, and it was no fun for you, right? I'm sorry that I ended up getting this sick, but you were the one that left me in this room all day long by myself with no company at all. You're screwed up, Sarah.
Ugh. So that's the reason you think I'm leaving you to go back to the house?
What other reason would there frickin' be right now?
How about the reason of you and my little sister getting it on in the hotel room today?
What?
back when we were on our way out here on the bus, there were some things going on that made me a little concerned.
Sarah?
Back when the guy sitting in front of me on the bus said something about strange noises coming out of the toilet on the left side of the bus. That was you and June, right? And don't tell me the same thing was going on with you two in the bathroom before you and I got on the bus.
Why would you bring something like that up? Did June say anything to you yesterday or today?
Listen, Case, I know what's happened, so give it up trying to convince me otherwise.
What?
This morning, after you told me to leave the room and go do some things by myself, I forgot my hat and went back up to the room to go and get it.
What?
You both didn't seem to notice anything at the time because you were too busy humping each other. But that's when I saw with my own eyes that you were doing my little sister. I was looking through a crack in the door I made by opening it ever so slightly. She was riding on top of you for a bit before you both rolled over and kept going at it under the covers.
You're lying.
Oh, I sat there listening and watching for close to 10 minutes because I couldn't believe my eyes and had to keep checking again to make sure what I was looking at was actually real. I'm sure that June is staying at the same resort right now. If she wasn't, then there would have been no way of her getting into the resort and up to our room that quickly, right?
No, wait,
In other words, since the beginning, you and her have been planning on going to the same resort at the same time during our honeymoon so that you both could play around. Right?
Well,
I'm going to find out all the finer details in this from here on. And it would help me out a lot if you would just confess to what you've done here. And to make that happen, there will be a lot of people showing up to your room really soon.
a lot of people showing up to this room? Here?
I don't want to see you in person for a little while now, so I'll leave it up to all of them to get the information I need.
What are you going on about? What? Hey, Sarah, why are both my parents and your parents here right now? Why were they all allowed to come into this resort? We are way too far away from home for all of them to have made it out here this quickly.
Wait, did you totally forget or something? To join in on some of the fun we were going to have, our parents all got together and planned a trip out for themselves to come to this area as well.
What?
They wanted to have some good family bonding time as well, since you and I just married, so they booked rooms at a resort just down the road. But when they heard the news from me about what I'd seen, they all got into their rental van and started to make their way over to the resort you're at.
What? Huh?
They were also able to make a last-minute change to stay at that resort tonight. Since both the resorts on the street are owned by the same company and are able to do things like that for their guests.
What?
It also helps that Aunt May has a friend working for that resort. She had a word with that friend of hers and told them everything they needed to know. So that friend went ahead and made sure to give our parents the large suite room in order for you all to sit down and have a nice long meeting.
Wait.
So now that you're aware of that, tonight will be a blast for you. Both you and June will be able to have a seat in that room with all four of them and take it up your butts.
Are you freaking kidding me, Sarah? Sarah, I made sure to get that settlement into your bank account. The divorce paperwork has all been handed into the courthouse as well.
Is that right? Thank you so much for letting me know.
Well, now that I've thought about it, this divorce is perfect for me.
Why is that?
Well, now I'll be able to marry your little sister instead. Tomorrow, I'm going to go and propose to her, and then from there, her and I can run over to the courthouse again and get married.
So you're going right back for more then?
I may have lost my parents because of what happened, but as long as I have a young and cute-looking wife like June in my life, I'll be just fine. I'll be perfect, actually.
That might not be happening though, Case.
Why do you say that?
Because June is already married.
Huh?
From what I've heard, she already gave birth to the son of a truly top-notch CEO who's making over $1.5 million a year. So after giving birth to his son, they both tied the knot and are now considered husband and wife.
What did you just say? She got married to another man? Even though I went and paid for both the settlement you asked for me and the settlement you asked from her? She just left me now?
Did you really think you were the only man she was getting love from? I'm not sure what made you think that about her, but for the longest time now, she's been a real whore.
What?
Ever since high school, I think, she's been sleeping around with pretty much any man she could land. There were times she'd call them her boyfriends or something, but that would mean at some points she had 3 boyfriends at a time.
What the actual heck?
I'm sure that since she just got married, she's gone and ended all those other relationships she was having.
I never heard anything about this stuff, though.
I think she was waiting until after you paid both of your settlements to me before she would say anything.
That frickin' whore.
Well, along with myself, my parents have also gone and cut ties to my little sister. So now you both mean nothing to us. Good luck trying to figure out the situation you've gotten yourself into now, Case. Goodbye. After that, Case went and found the company of June's husband and ran in there making a huge scene. This led to June's husband finding out about all the men June had been with before, and so he had a DNA test done on his baby that she recently had. It turned out that the baby was Case's. This led to June then being divorced by her husband and him getting a settlement from her, and Case was also given a bill for all the things in that man's office building that he went and broke in his rage. However, even after all of that, Case still wanted to be with June, and so those two handed in their marriage form. As of right now, those two are working hard to make up all the money they need to pay off all their debt. But while that's happening, June is still finding ways to go back out with other men. Case is very much aware of what she's doing, but for some reason he doesn't want a divorce and just ignores all of it. Even more recently, things between those two have become so divided that they sleep on opposite sides of the house from one another. Because of this, it seems like the place is a very bad environment for their baby, and so my parents and I have talked about taking it away from them. Time will only tell what happens next, but I just hope nothing happens to harm that whore's baby.
Hey, Max, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I'm about to head out to work for the day. And also that apparently the night shift people all called out, so I'll be staying late to cover their shift.
Oh, dang, again? That's at least a few times just this week, isn't it?
Well, I don't like having to do either, you know? But there is no one else who'll be able to man the store, so I don't have a choice.
I know, but it seems like you're always doing this for others, but no one ever does it for you. What would happen if you said no and didn't cover the shifts?
I've really thought about doing that before, you know? But we're all a team here, and I feel if I don't cover people's shifts like this, then no one will cover mine when I have to call out suddenly.
I get that. I just feel like it's been happening a lot lately is all.
I don't think you're wrong about that, but we just hire so many students at my place, and they're always busy with this or that.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess that makes sense then. They probably have some assignments to turn in or something.
That's what I like to tell myself too, Max. Besides, I also hope that by doing this for them now, they'll understand about working with the team in any future jobs they might have.
Well, yes. It would be nice if that were the case. But okay, if that's what's happening, I don't mind cooking tonight. Is there anything in particular that you'd like to eat?
Oh, I don't think you're going to need to cook for me. The chef here said he was going to make me something special since I've been coming in so frequently.
Oh, gotcha. Well, isn't that nice? I guess I'll just scrounge something up for me to eat around here then.
Yeah, sorry about all this, but thanks for understanding. Also, there was something else that I wanted to talk to you about if it's alright. My mother has really not been feeling well lately, and starting from tomorrow, I'm going to need to start visiting her more often.
Oh wow, that's a lot. I'm sorry, Dawn. Does everything look like it's going to be okay? Has she gone to see a doctor or anything like that?
I think that it's just a bit of a heat flash since the summer has been so hot. Apparently, she was out doing yard work all by herself in the sun yesterday and started to complain of muscle soreness. I guess my mom just hasn't figured out that she needs to slow things, and so her body was letting her know.
Well, I'm sure that she'll be really happy to see you. Besides, it isn't like she even lives that far, so she probably just wants someone she knows she can call on.
I think you're right, yeah. But my dad is also still there with her, so that's good to know. And he's really going to have to step up now that Mom is slowing down. He won't be able to count on her for all that he used to.
That's very true. I didn't want to say anything, but it did seem like your mom tended to do everything for him. I'm sure you and your dad will have to have a lot of talks about this.
Yeah, it seems like we really are. But it's just so odd to me because I still feel like my parents are young and healthy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a very good child.
Well, you know that you can talk to me about anything that might be bothering you too. And I don't think you're a bad child. I mean, I barely even call my parents. But how about next time you go to see your mom, I go along with you, so I can at least say hi to them.
Are you sure that'd be okay? I know that my parents would just love to see you. And I really do want to try and something more for them. It's part of why I got the job and started saving up.
And I think that just proves that you're not as bad a daughter as you thought you were. You work really hard, and all while thinking of how you can give to your family and never complaining about it.
I think you're making me sound just a bit better than I really am. I mean, I complain about a lot of things.
Well, okay. Maybe I was wrong about the last one. I have heard you complain a lot. But not about anything unreasonable, just about how much you've had to cover for other people.
Yeah, but at least this way I'm able to earn more money since I'm working so many hours. And my boss is always coming in to help when I've had to pick up shifts, so he makes the extra work not as bad at least.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. This is a new manager, right? I remember you seemed to think the last guy was really strict.
Well, that's because he was. Compared to working under him, this new guy is like a dream. Anyways, I have to get ready to leave the house now. I was going to do some errands before my shift.
Got it. Well, I'm sad I won't get to see much of you tonight, but I hope that work goes well.
Thanks, Max. I hope the rest of your shift goes quickly as well. I'll let you know once I finish and I'm heading home.
Hey, Dawn. Are you still not heading home yet? Were you working late tonight again? I can't recall.
Oh, Max, sorry. I forgot to tell you, but I'm at my parents' house right now.
Oh, is that where you are?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was going to be back at home before you were, but we just lost track of time talking.
Don't worry about it. I'm glad that you ended up spending so much time with them. And how is your mom feeling? Has she been doing any better since we last talked about her?
Yeah, she's actually feeling a lot better already. In fact, one of the things we were talking about were plans to go on a trip together.
You're going to go somewhere with your mom?
Well, you remember when I said that I was saving money to spend on my parents, right? I mentioned that to them and asked my mom if there was anything she really wanted, and she said that she wanted to take a trip somewhere.
Wow! Well, that sounds really exciting. So are all three of you going to go?
That was the original plan, but then my dad said that he wasn't going to be able to make it.
Oh, well, that's too bad. But still, a trip with just you and your mom sounds great.
Yes, it will be a really nice girls' trip where we can relax and take things easy. She even said she would be willing to put in some of her own money into this trip if we needed to.
Gotcha. But I still can't help but feel bad for your dad. I'm sure that he would have loved to go.
I think it was kind of his way of giving this trip to my mom, too. I mean, after all she's done for him over the years, there has probably only been a few days worth of actual time she's had to herself. So I think that's why he's just letting Mom and I go on this trip. But are you going to be okay if I leave for a little bit? We're only going to be gone a week.
Of course you should go on this trip. I mean, this is basically what you've been saving up for this whole time. I'll take care of things at home, so you just focus on having fun and being with your mom.
Thank you so much. We were thinking of going somewhere overseas, maybe Milan.
Well, that sounds great, but do you even know how to speak Italian? You might want to try going somewhere they speak a bit more English, no?
I know, but where is that? England? Canada?
Well, it's your trip, and I'm sure you two will pick the place that's right for you both. Oh, and by the way, are you going to need dinner, or did you already eat?
I was hoping to eat something at home with you, if that's alright.
Yeah, no problem. I'll get started on something right now.
Thank you so much, Max. You've been so patient with all my running around. I know that I've been asking a lot of you recently, and I'm glad you've been there for me.
Well, I just felt so awful when your mom got sick after you were already working yourself so much with your job. You have nothing to worry about as far as I'm concerned. Although sometimes I do feel like I do most of the housework.
I'm sorry about that, Max. I promise to try and get home a little earlier to help out more.
Don't overdo it, but a little more help with things would be nice.
Of course. Anyways, I should be getting home in about 30 minutes. See you soon.
Hey Dawn, are you already gone for your trip? I don't remember if you ever told me just where it was that you were going. And how come your phone battery appears to be off? Anyways, would you mind getting back to me when you see these messages? Things are a real mess here, so just please give me a call as soon as you can, okay? Anytime. I'll be here by my phone ready to talk to you, okay?
Max, I'm so sorry for getting back to you so late. I got here and had no idea how to get service for my phone. Then my phone died because my charger doesn't work here, so I spent a few days without any battery. But now I can see that you sent a bunch of messages to me today. What happened? You seem to be really worried about something.
It's too late. It's already over.
What do you mean? What's over?
I take it that you're still not back in the US, right?
Yeah, but I'm at the airport right now and connected to the Wi-Fi. Plus, I managed to find a converter for my phone charger. But anyways, I'm about to get on the plane home. And the trip was really great. Mom and I had such a blast together.
I'm sorry, but just who did you go on that trip with? Because your mom passed away, and we just finished her funeral.
Wait, what? What do you mean? My mom is dead, but she can't be.
Do you really think that I would lie to you about something like this, Dawn? You know that I would never do something like that.
I know you wouldn't, but I'm coming home from a trip with her. I don't understand.
Dawn, please. I know that's a lie, so just drop it. I've already been on the phone with your dad, and we've talked about this.
But I don't get it. Why is my mom dead? What happened?
Apparently she collapsed while she was outside and she hit her head.
No, this can't be happening.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth, Dawn.
I don't get it. No, I refuse to accept this. Why didn't you tell me that my mom had died in your messages? It would have at least been good to know what happened before we had this conversation.
When I first got the call from your dad, I didn't know what to think. The whole reason I was calling you so much was because I thought you were going on a trip with your mom.
But how could it happen like this? I couldn't even say goodbye.
I don't really think that you get to feel sorry for yourself right now. You were the one who lied about taking this trip with your mom, and all of that so you could go out and cheat on me.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Dawn, enough. I know about it all, okay? Here I thought you were really worried about being a good daughter for nothing. You were right the first time. You are a bad one. We're cremating your mom soon, so make sure you apologize to her when you come home.
Mom, I'm so sorry for everything.
Everyone here just can't believe what you've done, Dawn.
I'm an idiot. I'm the worst. I can't believe this happened.
I agree. In fact, when you get back, I want a divorce. You also have until the end of the month to pack all of your things and move out of this house. I've already told the leasing company that we're canceling the lease.
Wait, Max, this is all so sudden.
Well, you better hurry up and accept what's happened. Once we finish with your mom at the crematorium, I'm going home to pack up my things. Let me know when you've landed, and I'll go to pick you up with the divorce papers.
Max, after work, can you please come home to me?
Have you signed the divorce papers like I've asked you to?
I haven't yet, but still.
I never want to see you again until those papers are signed. Now you're holding up the process, so just sign the papers and let's be done with this.
But I don't want to get a divorce from you.
And just who do you think you are to get to say that? I mean, you went on a trip to cheat on me with your boss!
I know, and it was really, really stupid of me. But I never thought that all of this would happen.
I don't really care about how you feel about this at all. Besides, are you working on moving out your stuff? You know there's only a week left in this month, right?
But I can't. I just can't bring myself to pack up all my stuff. My mom just died. How can you act so cruelly to me right now?
Maybe because you lied about being with your mom and instead went away on a trip where you cheated on me?
Well, I know I did all that, but still.
But still nothing. You did all that, and that's all there is to it.
But I broke up with my boss and I don't want to lose you, Max.
Well, it's not always about what you want, and I don't want to be with you anymore. Do you understand?
Please, I only made one little mistake. It's not my fault things got so out of hand. I never wanted things to end up like this. I'm so sorry that I hurt you.
I might have been more likely to stay if we had children, but since we don't, I know this is the right choice for me.
Please don't be like that. It doesn't have to end this way.
Besides, it wasn't just one time, was it? You and your boss had been seeing each other for a whole 6 months before this happened, right? There you go, lying right to my face again. Do you have any idea just how shocked I was when I heard about your mom's fall from your dad?
I'm so sorry. I know I lied to you, but I didn't think this would all happen.
Well, it did. And when I called around to your friends to figure out what was happening, nobody knew anything. It was only as a last resort that I called your work looking for your boss, and when I finally got his phone number, it was his wife who picked up and told me he was on a trip with you! All while I had to be the one to break the news to your dad. You put me through so much because of your lies!
Max, I'm so sorry for all of this. I really never wanted things to turn out like this.
Well, it's way too late to apologize for anything now.
Please, you have to know that I never meant to hurt you like this, right?
It's not just about your mom. It's that you were cheating on me as well. I just can't overlook all of this and act like nothing happened. I'm not going to close my eyes to the truth.
I don't know what else to say except that I'm sorry and that I was an idiot. But I still just wish you would rethink this divorce.
Well, it's not going to happen, Dawn. Apparently your boss's wife had been suspicious of him for a while, and even hired a private investigator to collect evidence against him. And now that I know all that she does, I feel like I have no other choice but to leave.
But I don't know how I'm supposed to live without you. And now you and my boss's wife are suing me over this affair. Plus, I can't even get a hold of my boss.
Well, if you think that I'm going to change my mind and now come to your rescue, you're sorely mistaken. This is all happening because of decisions that you made.
But even my parents are telling me that I'm not allowed to come back home to them.
Does that really even surprise you? You lied about taking your mom on a trip, and while you were gone, she died. You weren't even there for her funeral, because you were trying to avoid having a talk with me on the phone.
But how was I supposed to know that she was going to die while I was on this trip? I really did want to do something nice for her. I was going to take her out for lunch or something when I came back.
I don't care what you say, because I have no idea how I can ever trust you again. I'm sure that what you told me about your mom falling over while gardening was true, but were you really spending time with your parents after that? Or did you just use that as another excuse to go and spend time with this boss of yours? Just how deep do all these lies go?
Max, please, I'm so sorry. I'll never lie to you again. I'm sorry about all of this. Just please don't leave me.
I really feel like you aren't giving me any other options. I don't want to be with a woman who lied to me and cheated on me. And if this is all you're going to talk to me about, then I'd rather we not talk anymore at all. Just sign the papers, or else I'll have to go to my lawyers, who will make you sign it.
But can't we just meet and talk in person one last time? Please, just come home to me, Max.
I've already told you that I have nothing to say if this is all you're going to say to me.
But I won't have anywhere to go after this week. And there's no one else that I can turn to for help.
That isn't my problem anymore. If I were you, I would just focus on packing up as fast as you can.
Please, Max, you have to forgive me. I promise that I'll never cheat on you or betray you or lie to you ever again. I'm so sorry about all of this.
It doesn't matter if you apologize after it's already done. And you wouldn't be apologizing if you never got caught.
Just please don't leave me. You're the only person I have in my life to turn to now.
You used your mom to lie to me about an affair you were having. I just can't be with a girl who would do something like that. I trusted you, and you betrayed me, and I don't owe you a second chance.
Max, don't be like this. I'll do whatever you want. Just please, let me stay with you.
I already told you. The answer is no. We are getting divorced. You lied and cheated to me, and that's all there is to it. After that, I had to get my lawyers involved again, since Dawn refused to sign her divorce papers. I already had proof of her affair from her boss's wife, and it saved me a bunch of time. I heard that she also divorced her husband when he came back from his trip as well. It seems like they both thought they were never going to be caught, but it was just a matter of time before the truth came to light. Dawn and her boss had been seeing each other about 3 times a week for the past 6 months or so. So much happened in that 1 week that the whole thing feels like a blur, if I think back on it. But now I'm on my own, and I'm looking forward to starting a new chapter of my life.